All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is February 28th, 2025. Welcome to McBoss Capital Channel. This is going to be a live stream right now about the stocks on the move that I usually follow every morning. And we're an interesting market. Looks like it's bouncing back and forth between green and red on QQQ Nasdaq. So basically near 0%. Now Dow is up 0.5%, so that's also very interesting. And that's uh that's something interesting because we might be seeing some industrial stocks bouncing. So here's the Dow here, very tight. It did make a new low. Every index make a new low yesterday after the big sell-off. Distribution days across. Um, but yeah, we bouncing again this morning. But this is trading so tight, which is a good sign. Compare this to like say Nasdaq, QQQ 100. Look at this. This is a pretty severe drop, right? Again, it's trying to rebound from this morning, but it's fluctuating between like within 0.1% up or down. Then we have SPY. Um, so same thing. SPY also coming down pretty hard. Again, this morning a rebound a little bit. Then finally we have Russell IWM. IWM also coming down really fast. Right now it's like way below the 200-day line. So we talk about this right here, how it found support many times in the past, but this time it didn't, right? So this is the scary thing. Like this whole market could blow wide open uh, if things continue the way it is. Because then once it go under the support line, there's no you know support wherever after that. Like I mean, you can use this as support level right here, but usually those doesn't matter as much now because it's past the 200-day line. Go to weekly chart. See this 200-day like so. This is a long-term uptrend that has been broken since O2 market, right? So O2 bounced. Sorry, O2 was right here, but this one came out late. So this one didn't come out until like really closer to 2024. Anyhow, that's that's the state of the market in general. Let's look at some growth stocks on the list. Move right this morning. We'll look at some of this. We have Flutter, CISO, ATAT, BAC, GFL, GEAS, BRBR, SFBS, AIG, GS, SFM, Netflix, Spotify, HEI, Crowd, BMA, IBOC, FI, HEIA. I don't know why the volume is 0%. Let me refresh. Okay, so here's the volume. Not very high, but nonetheless, there are 20 stocks, but it is pretty low volume because this is gonna keep going down as the day progress. So, so overall, right now, as it stands, it's not that strong. Usually, I like to see like close to 50 or 100% even at the low here on the 20 stock. But so the volume is not as strong yet. So we'll see if market picks up. Yesterday we had a brutal sell-off at the end of the day. So it could happen again today because no one wants to hold over the weekend because of who knows what news will come out. So in a turbulent market, people don't like to hold during the weekends, especially traders. Um, so we'll see. Okay, we're gonna jump into this list right away. Yeah, but yeah. So let me go to my list here. Yeah, let's start with BRBR. Yeah, since that's the one that I just tracked. Okay, so this is on a downtrend right now. Earnings not that strong, so we'll pass on this. Look at a Chinese stock here, ATAT. So this one have earnings, but Chinese stocks were volatile. So this one kind of pull back, right? So this breakout right here, and then it pull back. So let's look at daily chart. So I got shaken out right here. Now this morning it bounced again. It's a very strong bounce. Definitely put on the watch list. I'm a little bit worried about Chinese stock right now because of the tariff stuff, but we'll see, we'll see. Um, but yeah, it's worth checking it, though, I think. Because Chinese stocks, when they move, they move. So this one is like consolidating now, so for quite many days. Um, and it's tested the lows here. Like even this morning, it tested the low. So yeah, yeah. Let me get a better sense this of other stocks this morning, and then we'll see. So let's just track this for now. Let me put in my broker platform here. So yeah, because this is such a big bounce, the last thing you want to see it come back down, right? That's the last thing you want to see. So this is such a strong bounce. We haven't seen a pullback yet. Like even intraday, it's good to see a pullback before you buy it, and then see where the support level is. So it hasn't pulled back yet this morning. I mean, sometimes because of this test right here, like you can count that as a support, um, because it's such a drastic gap down, right? Um, but but since you already move up so much, do you want to pay at this price or do you want to pay at this price? It's kind of that mindset right now. Okay, so let's keep going. So yeah, ATAT is good. Um, let's look at ATGE. This is a consumer service. So this one keep popping up this week, but I don't know if it has good earnings. So not bad, not bad. Most around 10%. It's bouncing back on the weekly chart. So here's the trend line I drew. It hasn't crossed it yet. It's getting close. Look at this bounce right here. It looks pretty nice, right? But but because the trend line is so obvious, I like to see it pass it first before I buy it. Um, so this one has a nice uptrend. I traded this one here. Okay, so yeah, definitely good to watch. Good to watch. Yeah. So because I'm at alert line, I will wait for it to alert me. Um, Otherwise I won't do much at this moment. Uh, AS missing a quarter of good earnings here, so I'll pass on this. But this name also keep coming up. It's a nice run right here. This is a IPO stock, so yeah, it has a nice run. But it could run again, but Chef, Chef, pretty good earnings. This one has a nice run here. Earnings gap up as well. It's pulling back right now, but that might be a opportunity to get in. So this is a nice up run, and then we gap up, ran up 4 days straight right here. So I like this stock right now. I like it. And this morning we found support here, but it's too early to buy because if you draw the trend line, it's still kind of near the trend line, right? So until it passed that trend line decisively, it's not really how do you say? Yeah, like you don't know. It could go down further. Like you don't know, right? So it's better to wait, especially in this type of environment. So yeah, again another waiting kind of stock right now, but it has potential. Yeah, Netflix strong earnings also pulled back this stock. I traded this right here and got up pretty much near the top here. So right now it's pulling back again. Same thing. Look at this trend line. We'll wait till it passes it, but yeah, it's pulling back to now near the 50-day. It's trying to find support near that level. You can see that right there. So that's one of the things, that you want to see where it finds support and just be patient and wait. Now, most of this are holding better than other stocks, so they could, once the market turns around, those stocks could really take off. SFM also have good earnings. I traded this as well recently. You can see right here, also got pretty much near the top here. Um, so you can see here like 4 or 5 days now trying to find support. Again, that's a good sign, but not enough, right? Like again, you draw the downtrend line. It's it's still below it, right? And this is pretty steep angle too. So just because it crossed it, it might not work. It could go up a little bit and then come back down. So it needs more time to digest. Is kind of what I'm trying to say here. So again, normal trend here. So many stocks are just in that stuck in that state right now. Uh, so we see some names popping up here. Volume has increased from 37 to 53%, so that's good news. So let me just track some of these stocks here that just pop up. Hmm, Amazon also pop up here. KKR, App. Some of these stocks are trying to bounce back, but it's hard to tell. We'll look at them for sure. We'll look at them. Like App, it's been bouncing, trying to bounce lately, but I don't know. We'll see. Um, I think that's it. Amazon is the last one. That's not on my list yet. So Amazon, and this one has been going down hard. Earnings kind of slowing down big time, and yeah, so you can see the downtrend line right there. Look at this bounce, so weak this morning. So yesterday was some stocks in it's a big down day, right? And this morning the bounce is pretty weak. Look at that. Like you can barely see it bounce. So that's not a good sign. Let me just show you more. Like on intraday, you see this is the drop right here, and then you have this drop right here, and then look at this bounce. After such a big drop, you have such a tiny bounce, right? You want to see like more like this bounce, not like this. So that's a problem. Yeah, I think the market has more downturn. I think so. But that doesn't mean all stocks will go down. Like there's gonna be 10-20% of stocks that are gonna swim against the current and move up slowly. And the reason why, you know, I think this is the most crucial time for growth stock traders because or momentum traders in general because this is when you can figure out who's doesn't want to come down, who's done selling and who wants to go up now. And those ones tend to be the next leaders. So okay. Um Let me look at one stock here. GFL. Let me see. This is pollution control. So this is kind of industrial, commercial type of thing. Um, okay. It just touches my downtrend line, but it really still below the 10-day. So let me redraw this slightly higher. So it's not a decisive move above the 10-day yet. So I'll wait on this, but the numbers look good. It has previous up run here, right here, where it's not substantial. The one thing about this stock is it looks kind of choppy, you know. There's those intraday that reversal. Anyhow, it just wait. It's a wait stock right now. Hold, to see. HGI. I took a position yesterday, so earnings looks pretty good. This number is wrong here. That's why I put X there. But $1 to 114. The next call is 88 cents to 103. Huge bounce yesterday from earnings. Huge. And this is in the deep cup right here. Um, so there's my arrow right there. That's my first position. Today it looks like it hit new high, but then it reversed, which is normal. It's because it has come up a lot. The question is, can it hold this level, right? Because after such a big gap up, if it can stay at near the same price as yesterday, that's a good sign. Um, so we'll see. It's coming down right now, so we'll see if it finds support soon, because that's the key here. Um, but I like the gap up this morning. It shows power. It shows a little bit of power in there. But like I say, it gave up its gains. Right now, it's just stuck at the near flat. If we can hold at this level, the chart will, like I say, the 10-day has to catch up. As long as it doesn't come straight down to the 10-day in the next day, a few days, then this could most likely continue its run and try to break out. Again, industrial, this is aerospace defense, sorry, aerospace defense. So that's also showing some sign, some strength there. So it hit new high this morning. So that stock should watch it if you don't have it yet. I'll just track it, just see how it's doing today. Let's do market check right now. Okay, market has moved up 0.45% on QQQ. SPY 0.38%, Dow, DIA 0.57, IWM 0.5. So they have moved up. So so the test will come later in the day, whether people want to hold through the weekend. But this morning so far is looking good. Most of the stocks I'm holding are green. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Again, Dow is the strongest index right now in terms of stability. Um, so industrial commercials are popping up. GE Aerospace, another defense stock here. It looks like it's trying to bounce as well. So it's trading really tight this morning. Um, it's slightly above the 10-day, right? Slightly. So if I draw the trend line right there, it does look like it has passed it. Um, this one is trading really tight, so which means less volatility, which is a good start for this type of market. Let me just go to intraday for a second. So here's the test right there. Look at that morning test. It tests again all these lows here and also this low. So I think this is a good buy right now because of that test. So it's moving right now 1.4%. Yeah, I'm gonna take a position right now just because number one, the stocks trades really tight, so volatility is much less than other stock. Second, we test the low this morning. Um, again, and then third, this is like I said, industrial stock, aerospace defense. And the other thing I want to mention is like the fourth thing is I own like I mentioned HEI already, aerospace defense, that I own. There's also one more stock that I own right now, TDG. So this one I also own I can't remember yesterday or the day before. So this one also bouncing. So that this will be the third stock now, GE Aerospace in this group. So this group is showing industry group strength. So so it gives me confidence that this group is really want to move. So let's go into it. I think because this group is so strong, I'm gonna take and GE is so stable, I'm gonna take a full position, which means I'll buy half this morning and then maybe half later, depending on how it moves. If it continues to show strength, I will then execute the next one right away. Like I wouldn't wait till the end of the day. Okay, so let's put a bid on this 204.28. We'll see if it execute. And then the other one I'll put at say 20, I'll just put it 1% lower, just to average it out. If it does come back down. Um, so let's see how it goes. Again, I don't like to wait for it to execute. I like to execute right away if I want to get in, because I hate chasing price. So now it's at 204.39. I don't know why IBD Marketsurge hasn't update yet. You go to daily, see the update. Yeah, it's 51 cents now. Let me see here. I hate chasing but bids. This is a much liquid stock. It should execute pretty fast, but it continued to move up. So which means there's a lot of demand even for such a liquid stock. It's now at 204.48. It still hasn't executed. Okay, wow. I'm push it to mid price 204.50. Okay, final execute 204.50. All right. So that's my trade. This please understand this is for informational purpose only. Please do your due diligence. Da, da, da. I'm gonna draw usually you should do this before you even buy, but because my eyes are so good at like looking at charts, I already know when my buy points are. I mean my stops. So for on initial buy, I always give it more room. But as days progress, I will tighten the stop. Okay. Um, because there's like I mean I could set like let's say the third day, 3 days ago, right there. But that's too tight. If we have a bad day, like a shakeout day, they call like meaning that they're trying to shake out everybody. And because this is so tight, it's easy to do that. So I want to give it a little bit more room, especially um, now. Of course, that means I'm giving it more. Like I can lose more, right? But that's a risk you have to take, like when you buy a stock. So otherwise, you're always gonna get shaken out. So 194.84 is the low, recent low here. So I'll put in a stop order. What's the number again? 194.84. So that's roughly like 204 to 194. So that's about $10, which is roughly 5% risk right now. So I still have the second half position I haven't executed yet. But like I say, I'll slowly move it up as the day goes, the bid price. And then if it does move away from, let's say, 205, 206, then that gives me confidence that the price, the stock wants to take off. And I'm not doing full positions mostly. Most stocks I'm doing like only half position. But this one I really like because it's so tight, like trading. Yeah. So anyhow, so that's that one. Okay, so let's see. Wow, market has jumped again. QQQ now at 0.8%. That's really good. And Dow is at 0.62%. SPY is at 0.58%. So yeah, market continued to move up this morning. Well, that's good. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's see what's changed on the stocks on the move. Avago. Okay, let's look at those stocks. Avago. Well, this one's in a downtrend still. Um, yeah, I had to give it some time. It probably, yeah, I hit a new low yesterday. New recent low. Yeah, it's reporting in 6 days. So Avago, let's just track it for now. Reddit. Reddit also still have good earnings. This thing has corrected quite a bit. This is one of the high flyers, right? So it's correcting right now. So still hasn't come through the trend line. So we'll have to wait on that until they're trying to come back though, right? That's why they're on this list here. They're trying to bounce back. Spotify. This one is also trying to bounce back right now. Let me redraw the trend line here. So we'll wait on this one too. It's looking good though. It has corrected not that much, right? And that's the king. So you can see a relative strength line is not giving up that much. After such a big run, it hasn't give up much. So this one also normal. So a lot of these stocks could break out any day soon now, from the downtrend line. So um, next we want to look at this ITM. Also strong earnings here. This one also corrected big time in the chip sector. So, yeah, this one gave up a lot. Look at that. Wow. 41% off the highs. So this is my original trend line. Let's redraw that because the slope has changed, right, over time. So I always use the most recent slope because it's more related to current, like recent trades, recent pricing. So here's the slope now on the 10-day. So you can see it's trying to bounce. But just because it bounces doesn't mean it'll work because the trend line is so important. So this one it even came through the trend line a little bit, right? And then it fell on the 50-day line reversal here. So sometimes the key moving average also important, not just the 10-day, right? So you have to look at all the moving averages. Uh, so anyhow, not nowhere close to be bought right now, at least from my way of trading here. But I'll track it because it has good earnings. All right, let's look at Dash. So Dash, I did take a position in this. Not sure how it's doing today. Let's see. Let me take away my markups. So it pulls back and it's trying to bounce. Like I think I bought yesterday, and in the morning it was doing well, but then it gave up because of the market. Today, um, you can see it's trying to come down more, but it's bounced back a little bit. So let's just look at intraday. So yeah, this morning it gives back a little bit and then it bounced back. So that means you test the low here. Um, so far so good, but the bounce is kind of weak, right? Yeah, it's kind of weak. So this could be a failed trend line. The original trend line I draw might be a fail. So now this could be the new trend line because it seems to be finding resistance now. Uh, Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes when you try to buy a little bit too early. So, but it's looking good though. It's not like anything bad. It just might need more time sometimes, right? And the fact that this stock hasn't given up in the last few days, whereas other stocks have, it's a good sign. It's kind of like Spotify, Dash. I've traded these stocks before. Um, like this right here, I traded there. Okay, so we'll put that. Like even though I own it, it's not ready to be bought. Like I guess I bought it too early. Sometimes it happens. You buy it in the morning and then it reverses, right? All right, let's do another market check. This market is moving fast this morning. Okay, it dropped back to 0.5% on QQQ. Dow still at 0.53%. So Dow is definitely doing well, which represents most industrial stocks. Yeah. Uh, let's jump to app here for a second. So obviously we still have good earnings here. This one has corrected a lot, 37%. So today's title is risk management. Um, and the reason why I want to talk about this a little bit, and I'll probably talk about more as time in the next few weeks because a lot of the stock chart is starting to show, you know, huge, huge price correction, and this one is really bad too because it broke out on the gap up earnings. That was the day it made the new high. So for anyone who bought on that breakout, it basically got punished. And during a failed breakout, well, this isn't a failed breakout, but because it did come up to 26%. So that's the reason why when you break out from a base and it's up like 26% on that day, it pretty much think of it as like, hey, you buy on the breakout and it came up, let's say at this level. Well, you want it to go up 20% or more, right? And you that's your goal. But this happened in one day. So if you didn't own it that day, the profit has already happened. And then the people who took those profit, they start selling. And then panic sets in as it goes down. And then and then some people wants to buy as it pulls back. So those people got punished too. and then it just keep going down, and now it hit the low of the, it broke below the low of the base. So if you didn't have any risk management rule, you probably down here right now because you probably didn't sell. You just keep thinking, "Oh, come back, oh, come back, come back." And I have no idea whether this is the bottom or not, right? So that's what happened. You gave up 37% or 38% now. Yeah. So risk management is huge, huge thing to, if you want to survive in bear markets or in big corrections, there's no other way. You have to have risk management rules. So anyhow, here's the trend line. Even today's bound is so weak. Look at that. It's not even trying to come back up to the trend line. And this trend line is really steep. A better trend line is usually around 45-degree angle like this. Because then it'll come. Let me draw again because it'll come down and then it goes sideways and then it start to bounce and then it come back up. This look more like a base, and I talked about this as well before. If it's this sharp and it bounce back like this V shape, there's not many stocks that do that. Very rare. This that a very rare occurrence. Most of the time they'll correct and then they'll build a base, kind of like this. They drop right here, and then they just go sideways for a while to build a base, and then they start to climb up. That's what happens usually. It's a big drop, sideways, slowly rise. Sometimes it rises really fast too, but nonetheless, it takes time to digest. So don't think it's gonna do V-shape. It's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but the chances are low, right? Anyhow, I think I spent enough time on risk management today now. Okay. So yeah, nowhere near buy point. Um, okay. So I know IB is talking about this. Let's just talk about the wicks for a second, because like let's talk about general market indicators, secondary market indicators. That's what they call them. So wicks right now is slowly rising. It's at 20 now. 20. Now, in the past, whenever we have like scary moments in the market, they tend to rise at least. Look at this, 22, 23. This was the December sell-off there on the Fed day, I believe, down 4% that day. So look at that jump. Now, yesterday it was pretty bad sell-off, but look at the jump right here, the wicks. Like it's such a tiny bar. I can barely even see it. Okay, I don't know. Like, yeah, we'll see. We'll probably get up to 22, 23, I think, again. Um, so, but yeah, this is a secondary indicator. I think the other one that I like to follow is let's look at Nasdaq for a second. So we have this steep sell-off, right? So if you look at the stochastics here, so look at this. Whenever we cross the 20 bar on the stochastics, that's almost oversold territory, and then it bounce, right? So right here, same thing. Right here, this one just touches the 20 right here, okay? And right now, we are touching the 20 right now. So the short term went below it, and then I think one is 5 day and one is 10 day. I can't remember, or 10, 20 day. I can't remember. But they're touching the 20 mark right now, or below it in this case. This for the short term one. So it's possible we have hit a bottom, like, right. So those are secondary indicators, It's not always gonna work, but most of the time it does work. Here's another one right here. Okay, so this signal is pretty reliable in the last year. Let's put it that way. Um, so despite all this fear, like I think AII survey shows 60% or more investors are now bearish. That's like the CNBC report this. It has only happened 6 times in their history of the survey. And the last time it happened below over 60% bearish was in pandemic time, I think. Yeah. So it just shows how much fear is in the market right now. And so yeah, I'm just trying to bring this up because the market might have a little bit more selling to do, but I think we're pretty close to the bottom, at least for some areas of the market. And that's why we're starting to see industrial stocks holding up better than others. That could be a value type of stock that is holding better than the growth stock. So that's probably what's happening. I know this is not on my list, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. Berkshire, look at this stock. It doesn't even know there's a market correction right now. It's breaking out. It's moving up. It's not in my buy list because it has negative earnings. But this stock is definitely the leader right now in terms of breaking out and large cap. Like this is a leader right now. So um, yeah. So I just want to bring this up because this is a good representation of you know more of a diversified industrial, commercial, all kinds of businesses, right? Yeah. Definitely not your traditional tech stock, that's for sure. Um, so yeah, let's keep going. Let me go back to stocks on the move, see anything comes up. Okay, let's jump to some financials maybe. So ARES, pretty good earnings. It's been correcting. Let's see here, still under the downtrend. So even some financial stocks are still correcting. Bank of America show up again. Very interesting. This one's showing up 2 days in a row now. So it's bouncing. It's bouncing. Okay, so it did touch my alert line here. Now the 21 day is so close. The 50 day is so close. I would just wait till it clear those two lines as well. Um, there's no need to rush into this. So I'll just redraw the trend line here. Give it a little bit more time. But it's looking good. It's starting to form the bottom. You see, it's holding up pretty good. BMA, so I've been correcting. It didn't show the current earnings. I don't know why, but yeah, this is definitely in a downtrend. So FI. So FI, I've been talking about this. It's been showing up lately as well, and look at how tight it's trading. And there's not even one down week, like in the last 7 weeks. It just show there is accumulation happening in this stock, and I traded this previously, and then yeah, I had to get back in right there yesterday. Volumes mostly on the upside. The down day volumes here, even though it's high, but most of them are upside reversal. This is upside reversal right there. So that's a good sign. Like I said, this is trading so tight. I think as soon as this market take off, this will take off. At least I hope. So yeah, so it's good stuff. So we'll continue to watch this because not only because I own it, but I think it could continue higher. It could break out from to new highs as well. Okay, market check right now still around 0.47% on QQQ. So it's holding up so far on the yeah. It's off the high a little bit, but it's holding up. Okay, IBOC. Okay, this one again reported earnings. Uh, trying to break out right now. Let me see. Let me see the current earnings because I can't see it right now on the screen. Let me download this and see if I can find it. Because it's a nice breakout. So I want to see if it has good earnings. So here's the earnings column estimate. Okay, it doesn't show any earnings. I don't know why. It's not showing it. So yeah, I don't know what the real number is. But it's a nice breakout today. Volume is pretty, okay, I can't tell what the volume is like. Well, it was stocks on the move, so I assume the volume is pretty high. Um, yeah, I'll put it on the watch list. If I see the number, then maybe. I like I said, I need to make sure it's high earnings. But you know what? I'm highly doubt it because look at these numbers here. It's kind of low, right? Even previously. So I doubt it will grow that much. But anyhow, yeah. So I'm gonna pass on this. It's just really low numbers. So usually I just mark low earnings on those guys. KKR. This one has one quarter slightly lower than 10%. It's trying to bounce back. I'm gonna pass on this for now. CISO, strong earnings. It's kind of losing its momentum. So here it's trying to break up, but it fell, right? It reversed. So this is, that's another thing. It's probably better to buy at end of day in this time market. That way you know for sure whether you can hold those gains. Um, yeah, this is in a downtrend still. So we'll have to watch this. SFBS. This one's earnings pretty good. This one is also trying to bounce back. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so it did try to break out this morning. It break out. It's up for 5 days in a row now. The question is this breakout strong enough? Strong momentum. So there is higher volume here, so that's a good sign. This is a regional bank, so pretty small cap, right? Earnings was reported. Again, good numbers. Sales good. Everything looks good. It's $90 stock, 4 billion market, 4.9 billion market cap. Looks pretty good. I think, yeah, I think this is reasonable so far. Um, I like the tightness here compared to here. You see the tightness? This is very choppy, right? Very choppy right there. So it didn't quite work. It fell. It kind of came back. But even as it come back, look at how tight that is. And then now look at how it going up so tight. So I might take like a smaller position on this. Um, it's not a very. It's a regional bank, so they're much smaller. Um, so they're not like highly traded growth stock, right? So um, yeah. let me check the intraday chart here. I want to see if that's been tested yet. Oh, okay. So like this one yesterday was tested right there, but today I don't know. It hasn't really shown a test yet. So I might just wait a little bit. Like here, it's not. I don't know. It's trading tight, but I don't know if you consider that a test, maybe. But generally, I like to see like kind of like this, and then take off. Like that would be a good test. But uh, yeah, this one is kind of wedged upward, so I don't think I will count that. So let me just put it on the watch list for now. We'll see what happens by the end of the day. But yeah, okay. So that's that one. So that's a new name on my list. Okay, so let's keep going. YPF, that one doesn't have earnings. That's Argentina stock. Um, so it is improving like this quarter, but the future quarters are not good. This one has a good uptrend right there, and then it start to fall apart after. So, so I'll pass on that. We see YT. This one also miss. This is going 20 cents to 4 cents. That's probably why it gapped down so much. Like on earnings, right? So this is getting killed. Yeah, let's just skip that. Any stocks I missed? Okay, let's go back to the list here. Let's see if I miss AIG. Blah, 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 blah. AIG. Credo. Well, Credo just show up. Nvidia. GTLS. Okay. There's some stocks that show up. Credo. So this is Strong's earnings stock. It's gonna report next week, early next week. Still in the downtrend, so we'll pass on this one. Credo. We'll mark that as this should be yellow here. Yeah, so that's still normal. Nvidia. Well, yesterday a huge drop, right? Huge drop. So, where's the new trend line? I mean, you can draw it more steeper because yeah, right there now seems more like the current trend line. So there's a bounce this morning, 2%. Uh, it's very common for it to bounce back after a big drop, right? So it hasn't even reached the halfway mark yet from that drop. So that's normal right now. GTLS, I think we saw that yesterday, was reporting. So we reported, earnings looks good. This is oil, gas, machinery, equipment. Looks like daily chart here. So it's still under the trend line, right? Down under the trend line here. But it's a nice bounce today, so it could continue. We'll see. Give it more time. Yeah, give it more time. I think it's possible to come back. And then we have AIG, one last one. That's insurance. So this is breaking out today. Wow. Let me check the earnings. So it does have a bad earnings right now coming up, but market probably okay with that. Uh, but yeah, it's just not my doesn't pass my criteria. This is a nice breakout. It does look at this previous uptrend. It doesn't move fast, but it can move. So yeah, but it's not my cup of tea, so I'm gonna pass. Okay, so one last thing we want to do before we end today's stream is Look at yesterday's s- stocks that make new highs, right? We'll just run through this list and see if anything like looks good. So LNW, this has strong earnings. Okay, some of these numbers not correct. 114 to 106, so it's actually going down. It's actually going down. Let me put an X here because like that's not correct. So 114 to 106, 141 to 1. So this is actually not positive, it's negative. But anyhow, the stock's acting well. But it has, it doesn't meet my criteria. But it's trying to break out actually. See, right here. Trying to break out. But for me, I'm gonna pass. Okay, LLY, let's just take a look because this stock just really strong. It's my biggest position right now. Um, I'm gonna try to find more ways to add to this as it goes up. It's really strong. Like I've never seen a stock this strong. So this is the first trend line. Then this is the handle here. And right now it's pulling back slightly. So it might give us another chance to add soon. But because I already have two positions on this, I'm gonna wait, right? So here's my first position, second position. If it does go up like this, maybe. Like I don't like to buy my positions so close to each other. But this one is showing such a tremendous strength. Like anytime I can see opportunity to buy in, I might take it. Now, of course, the more positions you have, the higher chance, now it's more weighted toward this stock, your portfolio, and it could, if it does bad news one day or something, you can get easily hurt, right? So anyhow, just be mindful of that. But yeah. So LLY, um, today, like I said, it's not really actionable today. Um, but it's good to watch it anyway. Uh, so it makes me feel good looking at this stock because it's such a strong stock. Anyhow, so that's LLY. Pivia, Pivia 0.18 to 0.04. So this one is also not correct, the numbers here. But this one is also breaking out. So yeah. So to each is its own. Um, those are momentum stocks right now. ABT, good earnings. Yeah, this one is way extended. Like I should, like this is the last buy point right there. Right now, it's pulling back slightly. It might give an opportunity to buy here. But if it undercut this right here and bounce, I don't think it will. But if it does like this and then it moves up again, that'll be good. But we'll see. We'll see. I think it's good to watch this. I don't know if it will do that. This stock is really strong. This is stronger than Lily. But I missed this stock. So today pulling back 2 days now, but it hasn't pulled back in price that much, right? You see. So that's just show the strength of this stock. It doesn't want to give up the price. A tech moving up, strong earnings. It just reported. Let me see the number here. -34, -0.12. So the problem here is we're comparing a negative number. So for me, when we're comparing negative number, it has to improve to positive usually. So because it's a negative was a negative, even though it improved, um, I won't buy it because still at the end of the day it's still negative, right? So that's the problem with this one. So I will pass on this. This has negative earning. Okay, co-op. This one again, It's kind of like AIG. It's not a fast moving stock, but it just moves up nicely, right? So this is a stock that I own. I got in right there. I, it doesn't move fast, but it's just a nice stock to hold. Like, yeah, especially in this type of environment. We're going to talk about HEI, Visa. Let's look at Visa. So it's pretty strong earnings going forward. Wow, this stock is really going. Let me go to daily. So this is a nice breakout trend right there. Higher volume yesterday, today follow through. So because this is second day from the bounce, I can get in still. Not too extended. This is credit card payment, and it's close enough to 10%. It's more important the forward earnings more than 10%. So we'll take some risk here. I think I will get into this one too. So Visa, let me just see if it's even on my list or not. It is rank 50. Wow, it's rank 50. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's right here, rank 50. So yeah. Um. Okay, it's 9:06, so I want to end the stream soon because I don't want to take too much time. But anyhow, yeah, let's just put it on the. I'll probably get into this stock, just letting you know. Um, let's put that there. F and F. We have a few more stocks left. F and F, good earnings. It's bouncing hard right now. Wow, look at this bounce. Volume. Wow, volume. This is a nice cup. Um, it is it is little bit extended now. Like this is the fifth day of bounce, and I don't chase stocks usually after 2 days because you risk it coming back very fast to your 10-day. If you see where the 10-day is, it's right here. So it's extended, right? You don't see the stock usually that extended on this stock, right? On the uptrend. So this is quite extended. So I can't buy this right now, but it is extended. I have to watch it. ECL, the earnings were stable. This one also breaking out right now. Look at how this breakout. It comes up above it. It pulled back first time, then it went sideways the second time, and then now it's slowly moving upward. So this is also really good stuff. This is in the soap. So this is more stable stuff. I think this came out on the screen once, but now it's more obvious that it's breaking out now. So again, this might be another not a fast moving stock. You can see from 200 to 40, it's very slow moving stock. If this is your cup of tea, maybe, but I don't know. I have to think it more. We'll see. Potential. It's kind of slow. This one is much slower than even like Visa. Tigo. I think Tigo. The earnings has changed. I think. Let me see. Yesterday 537275. Okay, so no, still good earnings. The problem was a reversal yesterday. Oh yeah, this was the reversal. So it make new high, it reverse, right? So that's the problem. Like, good thing I didn't get into this. And then today it fell on the earnings news. I don't know if earnings news or something else, but it gapped down. So yeah, not good, not good, not good. Let's put that for now. Macy, negative here, but it is breaking out. So yeah, so this is low earning in the future. Ryan, So Ryan is one that's good right now. Um, so right here it make new high right here, and then today pulling back, um, but that may give you an opportunity to get in. So this stock is still a little bit choppy though, right? You can see here. In general, this stock is really choppy. Yeah, so it's not an easy stock to trade, but looks good right now. Definitely watch. AHR, strong earnings here. Look at that. This is a REIT. It broke out today. Interesting. So it had a huge reversal this morning. I don't know what happened though. This is a huge gap down. It tested the low. Um, so yeah, it tested the red line here and the short-term moving averages. So after this test, and now it's back at the near highs, right? So this now has a higher chance of moving up. So I think, yeah, this is good too. I think. Again, most of these stocks are not your regular stocks, growth stocks, right? So this is utility. Today is pulling back. So draw a trend line and wait for this to come back. So this one is also very choppy. Um, so usually when it's choppy, I don't trade them because it's just too hard to hold them. Choppy. AW. This one also like came up after earnings but went back down. So this one also have low earnings. And the last one, WTW, also have low earnings, but it's trying to break out. So that's insurance broker. So yeah, the market is still very weak. Uh, we're seeing a little bit of strength in aerospace defense. We saw that. We're seeing strength in Lilly. We didn't talk about Novartis today. Let's just take a quick look because they're in the same group. Uh, today is up a little bit. So we'll see if this test is good enough. It's hard to say right here. The 2 day down test. It's trading really tight, right? That's the thing I like about it. Volume also subside, meaning people doesn't want to get out. So hopefully it can continue its strength. I don't know if this is. Yeah, it's pretty good. The slope is pretty good on the uptrend. So it could move. It could move. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to my weekend market recap videos, and I'll go through my top growth list to see where stocks at. Thank you.